Welcome guys to another ProfileTree video. So today we're going to be going through the Wix SEO for beginners. So basically this is a PowerPoint. It's just dedicated of course to SEO, what improvements you can do to your website in order to gain ranking or some traffic to your site. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So of course, first things first, we would of course want to cover what exactly SEO is. Now, the abbreviation for that is search engine optimization, and this can play a massive part for your website's marketing strategy. So in terms of this, of course, this means to get your website or business found online. If you're not already associated with the digital marketing industry, then this would be the way to go, of course, which is building a website first. So being found online is typically more organic traffic from search engines. Now, of course, the more traffic that you get for your website, the greater potential for more customers. And not even customers if you own an e-commerce site, just visitors or searchers for your site, especially if you run a blog website or any regular websites, it can still apply for you. And this also means that there's more online business. So now that we've briefly covered what SEO is, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the key factors that will help your website for the use of SEO. Now, the first thing here for our first point is using long tail keywords. So long tail keywords, exactly what is it? So you would need keywords that contain more terms than average. But first, of course, we want to cover what exactly a keyword is. So these are pretty much just words or phrases that a searcher would type in to a search box to find your business. So if they're Googling you or using Bing or any sort of search engine, they're obviously wanting to try to find your business, whether you're a food business, a clothing website, anything like that, your business. So an example of this is if you owned a mechanic shop. Of course, you would want the person searching to search up best mechanic or best mechanic near me to find your website. So something like that. Now, the issue with calling it best mechanic, or as we said, best mechanic near me, you'll be generated with millions of results. So you'll just be embedded in the millions and it'll list out the different mechanics, and it's not really going to be the best result for your business. Of course, you want to push yourself out there for ranking and traffic. So this means that we'll have to be a little bit more specific with the keywords that we're using. So this is why you need to go a little bit longer and you have to be more precise with what the actual searcher is going to be searching. So we could say this instead. So say we own a mechanic shop as we've said there, and what's the name of it? You could probably say D&B Mechanic NI. So we've given some specifics there, which is D&B, which could suggest the name, of course, or if we wanted to add the full name, we could do so. And then we're also stating that we're a mechanic in Northern Ireland. So NI is an abbreviation, of course, to Northern Ireland. Now, having it like this targets your business at a smaller result search, meaning that your business will be more likely to get found by the searcher. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Keywords is a very, very important factor. Next up in line here, we've got writing unique titles and descriptions. Now, of course, this is pretty much like metadata, and it's very, very important to have it. So, of course, as I've said here, filling in your titles and descriptions should be in your SEO 101 crash course. It's just pretty much should know it. However, of course, if you want to get your optimization right, you're gonna have to make sure you write, excuse the spelling mistake, unique titles and descriptions. So this occurs not only for your homepage, but for the rest of your site too. And this is depending on how many pages your website actually has. So, however, this is our issue here. If we use the same metadata pretty much throughout the entire website, it'll confuse the search engine and it doesn't really know where to point your searcher to. So this is obviously our issue. Now, the solution towards this is that there's an app called Wix SEO, and this is where you can customize your meta titles, the meta descriptions, and this will enable the basics basically for each page. And that means that even if you have a large page too, you can go ahead and manage and optimize each one when it comes to metadata. So that's one thing to note. As I've said, it's pretty much common knowledge in order to have a unique title and description, of course. So that's one of the biggest factors for SEO. Next in line here, we have a submit a sitemap. Now, what is a sitemap? So in simple terms, it's pretty much a plan for your website. So it shows how different pages are connected to one another. So why exactly do we need it? So it's useful to send a sitemap to search engines. This means that they're able to crawl to your website, and this means it's going to be more efficient, and this will also increase your SEO. One way to submit your sitemap is by using the Google search engine or the Google Search Console. So the process is a little bit technical, but of course, Wix being Wix, there's an easier way to do it. All you need to do is connect your domain to the Google search engine integration. One click after that, you'll be able to submit your sitemap. Now, the catch to this is this can only occur if you're a premium user. So if you are watching this video and you're looking to try to get SEO in for free, there are a lot of key factors with Wix, mainly because SEO will only work if you have a premium plan. And you'll see this within the checklist, and you'll see this as we go through it, the entire PowerPoint here on why that is. Now, our next key point here is picking the right domain. So if you haven't already got a personalized domain, with Wix, you're given a 1-year free trial pretty much, especially if you go premium with them. So you also have the option to try out a few domain names if you want. You also get subdomains as well. So as well as being good SEO practice, it's also great for your business as it gives a professional look online. Of course, if you have D and B and G, B and D, I think, I can't remember. B and D mechanic NI. Of course, if you had something specific to that as a domain, and then you even have .com at the end, it'll be a very, very professional look for your online website. Now, of course, owning a domain isn't quite enough. You got to make sure that you pick the right one. So this is, as I was saying, you got to make it short, you got to make it catchy. You want to make sure that potential visitors that's going to see that domain name would want to come into your website. So second as well is be sure you include your keyword into your domain as it's relevant for customers. It's pretty much just to make sure they could see it, but of course, if you can't do it, then not to worry. Google did state that it's got no benefit towards ranking using this practice. Now, third point, which is very important, is you want your business name or area of expertise to be included. So you'll see this within the description on, say, like an about, and you would add a description of what your business is all about, area of expertise, business name, anything like that onto that point. Now, this gives visitors basically an understanding of what it is you do. So that's why it's very important to follow this this third point. So as I was talking about earlier on about the checklist, next point here is set up Wix SEO checklist. Now, what's great about this is there is actually an SEO setup checklist on the dashboard of the Wix account. So you don't have to worry about having to find an app for it or doing this and that. There's a checklist for it, which is great. So how does it work? So once you're finished answering some basic questions and filling in information that's relevant to your business, the setup checklist provides you with a tailored plan to get started with your SEO. So this includes a few actions for your site. You need to optimize your content, get it ready to rank on search engines with the likes of Google or Bing. Once the site has been set up, you can use the Wix site inspection tool to check for issues within the website. So that's of course a great little tool to have. And it's always very pretty much key to do the checklist. You can go on without it, of course, and you can miss a couple of steps, but it's always great to have a 10 out of 10 for your SEO checklist. What I'll do is I'll actually go ahead and show you guys what the SEO checklist is. I'm using the Wix dashboard. So if you bear with me, I'll go ahead and move on. Now here we have a website and we've fully built it, say, and we're happy enough with it. So all we would need to go is go through the site, go through my dashboard, and this is going to be the SEO checklist right in front of you. This is overall just a general checklist even as well, just to get your site started. So we'll wait for this to load, and this is the let's set up your business, pretty much asking you to create a portfolio. This can differ as well, by the way, guys, so just so you know. Create a photo album, set up payment methods, connect to custom domain, publish your site, and get found on Google. Now, if you go ahead and select get found on Google, it links us straight to the SEO. We can even see the marketing and SEO here if we wanted to. So as you can see, there's the SEO itself. So this is pretty much the SEO journey, and this is where we can get found in Google. Of course, if we have this website here that we're building, which is photography. Now, of course, we would want to say Jack Banks photography. Now, as you can see with this keyword, it's very specific as well. And I serve customers so the physical address, of course, we'll just say Belfast for the meantime. Now, here's the keywords you want to choose. So, what was the website? Jack Banks Photography. So, Jack Banks Photography. Now, as it says there, it's recommended to start with 3 keywords. So, just for the purpose of the video, Jack Banks NI photography. Jack Banks photography. So it's already very specific to who the person is and what they do. So Jack Banks photographer. So these are some of the keywords, of course, that's been listed. Banks photographer. Okay, so when we go ahead and click next, it should give us a tick, hopefully. So as you can see, set the title's homepage for search results, and we don't have Jack Banks, as you can see. So we can go ahead and choose a title if we want to. We'll go ahead and select that. So as you can see, it goes from home my site 12, which is obviously very generic. No one's going to know that. If we select the Jack Banks photographer, Jack Banks photography Belfast, as you can see straight away, it's very specific. And if we go ahead and select apply, it'll give us a little tick mark, and that'll be us good to go. Now, of course, we would have to fill up the rest. So this is pretty much a description, as you can see. So we've done our title, now our description. So Jack Banks is a photography website. Pretty much yada within, of course, 50 to 300 characters. And when you are happy enough with it, so let's just say Jack Banks photography. Keep spelling that wrong. In Belfast. So of course, you know, you would want to write something a little bit more specific than that, something a little bit more towards the homepage itself. And of course, when you're done, you can go ahead and select apply. But we have met the key points, which is at least add one keyword, and to at least add your business name, and the text length has to be within 50 to 300 characters. But I would recommend to go ahead and push it all the way to 300 characters to get the most ranking, and of course to take out your SEO checklist. So that pretty much just explains that general bit of information. Next up in line is to make it mobile friendly. Now, of course, you really want to make this site this website mobile friendly. It's always great to have mobile optimization, and even tablet optimization just invites other users to use your website properly, and to actually, majority of us, we use our phones, of course. So when we're searching up your website, we would want to see see how it looks, make sure the layout is all good, as well as having some SEO implemented into that. So yes, make it mobile friendly. Okay, so my next one here is go local SEO. Now, it is very, very important, especially if you want to push your business to be as local as possible, and then to gain some attraction locally. So if you're a local business owner, this would be great practice. Not even good practice. I think this would be a great practice. The best way you can start is by claiming your business on Google My Business. Then filling in your profile from top to bottom. This way the business can be found easily when searching on Google Maps. Now, another one that I've stated is another great way you can get local SEO is to sign up to as many relevant local directories as you can. It's important to get known within the local region. There's not much point to try to get known elsewhere if you're not even known within, as I said, your local region. So that's one to consider. Next one here is structure your site. So this step is sometimes overlooked. It can be overlooked, but it's always very, very good to structure your site because it's pretty much essential for SEO. This makes it easier for search engine bots to crawl to your site. So doing this step can really help the amount of pages for potential customers visit, and also the time spent for the website. There are Wix website templates that automatically provide you with a structure for your website. So they come with intuitive menu to make a navigation on your site simple. Also, heading tags, which are titles, are all formatted very well to give hierarchy to your web or to your page. So it gives it a more sophisticated look. Now, of course, as well, when you're customizing your menu, you must remember to include all sections in a clear way so that all of your website content can easily be found. And of course, you want to make sure that your content, without the site structure and with your content being all over the place, it's a little bit harder for the search engine to optimize where the searcher is meant to be really going to onto what page. So that's a very, very important step. Now, you want to make sure that you write valuable content. So creating valuable content will give the site more appeal. Now, valuable content as well makes the site a little bit more fresher as well. So this means more ranking, more traffic within SEO. Your content has to also be updated regularly, so readers will tend to be interested in your website, especially if you run a website with blogs. That's pretty much a key factor in what you need. Now, speaking of blogs, Wix actually offers this app, Wix Blogs, and this will particularly help your website with SEO ranking templates are also made as well for blogs, so you can customize them or you can create one from scratch. So that's primarily up to you on how you want to create your blog. So that's pretty much the end of that PowerPoint. That's all that you would need to know about SEO. Of course, there may be other factors to it. But of course, if there is, please do let us know in the comment section below. And hopefully this video has helped. Other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much.